Hola, buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes, profe. Iniciamos a las 4:15.
Sí, gracias, profe.
Ok.
Bueno, esperamos 5 minutos más para ver si llega algún estudiante.
Ok, está bien, profe. Bueno, es lo mejor. No sientas nada por ese.
No se oye, teacher.
Ok, buenas tardes
Ahora
a todos, sean bienvenidos a una sesión más de Gramática 4 dirigido por el profesor David Franco. Para el buen desarrollo de esta sesión les pedimos seguir las siguientes recomendaciones. Algunos parámetros de las sesiones por videoconferencia. Las sesiones se graban, pueden verlas nuevamente en la plataforma virtual. Les solicitamos que por favor silencien su micrófono y puedan activarlo cuando quieren hacer consultas o aportes con el permiso del docente. Les pedimos que mantengan su cámara activa. De no poder hacerlo, enviar su excusa por el chat de Zoom. De lo contrario, será retirada la sesión y les serán restados puntos en la valoración del docente. Mi rol como moderador es facilitar y apoyar en la parte técnica. Consultas por el chat personal o general. Les exhorto a tener bolígrafo y papel para hacer sus anotaciones y aprovechar al máximo esta sesión. Esta sesión tiene un tiempo de duración de 120 minutos. Buenas tardes a todos, sean bienvenidos.
gracias, buen día, buenas tardes. Good afternoon, students. Today we'll present you the final module about the formal and informal language in English. Buenas tardes. En la tarde de hoy vamos a presentar la asignatura de Gramática 4 acerca de formal e informal lenguaje en inglés. Para tal efecto vamos a compartir la pantalla. We share the screen. Great. Se ve la pantalla, ¿verdad?
Profe, se ve perfectamente.
Thank you a lot. Gracias. Good afternoon, students. Again, this is subject grammar 4, and I am your teacher, David Franco. Let's begin. Okay. First, dosage and organization of the subject. Curriculum Unit 1. The first, transitive and intransitive verbs, compound nouns. The second, linking word, dynamic and steady verbs. Number 3, using which infinitive for purpose. Number 4, correlative conjunction tag questions. Number 5, inversion formal and informal English. This is our class today. Esa es nuestra clase en el día de hoy, que consta de 64 horas en total de la asignatura. Evaluation notes. Rubrics are evaluation criteria, self-assessment and metacognition, evaluation, and final note. Instruction. The first thing you should do is locate yourself in a comfortable place with enough light and without distraction. Turn off the TV and cell phone if necessary. Read the objective carefully. They will help you understand what you want to learn. To make it easier for you to learn the subject, the document is divided into 5 parts called modules. Do not skip tasks. Complete each one of them in the given order. Next. Okay, remember, we have the reference material. Video 1, video 2, reading 1, and reading 2. Formal and semi-formal and informal English. Why is it important? Would you wear this to the beach? No, because it is too formal. ¿Por qué usaríamos esto a la playa? Por supuesto que no, porque es informal. Para ir a la playa normalmente vamos en ropa de playa y no vamos en traje de etiqueta para este tipo de eventos. Es como ir a una fiesta en ropa de playa, a un matrimonio es impossible. Yes? Right. Like this. Will you wear this a job interview? No, because it is too informal. Aquí no podríamos utilizar esto para ir a una entrevista de trabajo, este tipo de ropa, porque es demasiado informal. Bueno, así es el inglés. This is the English and Spanish too. Yes, if you want to talk about formal or informal, you know where are you. Yes, because depend of the interview. Yeah, depend of the audience. Todo va a depender de la audiencia. Si estás con tus amistades, podrás utilizar en una reunión este tipo de vestimenta y el lenguaje es igual. Pero si vas a una entrevista de trabajo, no podrás utilizar este tipo de vestimenta ni el lenguaje tan coloquial debe ser dentro de una entrevista de trabajo. Yes. In the same way, using English that is too formal or too informal for that situation can cause a bad impression. Well, veamos este videito para empezar.
Which one do you prefer? Formal English or informal English? Hello, my name is Matthew from POC English. In this lesson, we are going to learn some formal English vocabulary. First, one question. Which one is better? Formal English or informal English? The answer is, well, there is no better one. Both of them are good depending on your audience. Who are you writing to or who are you talking to? If you are casually talking to your friend, you should speak informally. You don't want to be too formal with your best friend. If you are talking to your grandparents, you might want to be semi-formal just to be respectful. Or if you are talking to your boss or maybe your university professor, you want to be formal. So it totally depends on your audience. And now let's start learning some formal alternatives to not so formal words. Have a look at this text. Technology can ease every person's life. There are many tech gadgets that we can use every day. Now, almost everyone has a smartphone to meet their modern life needs. This text is not formal and it is not informal. It's a semi-formal text, but we are going to try to make it more formal. What can you do? Well, number one, instead of can, you can say be able to. Now, be stands for am, is, are, or maybe was, were in the past. I can use a laptop. I can use a laptop. Instead of can, say be able to. I am able to use a laptop. This is more formal. Number two, what does ease mean? Well, to ease something is to make it easier. Instead of ease, you can say facilitate. Facilitate. For example, you can join an online course to ease the learning process. Instead of ease, say facilitate. You can join an online course to facilitate the learning process. It means to make it easier. Number three, instead of person, you can use individual. For example, every person has rights which should be respected. For the person, it's an individual. Every individual has rights which should be respected. This is more formal. Number 4, instead of many, you can say numerous. Numerous. For example, there are many mistakes in your text. Instead of many, say numerous. There are numerous mistakes in your text. Number 5, instead of use, say utilize. Utilize. This is more formal. For example, we must use all the resources we have. Instead of use, say utilize. We must utilize all the resources we have. Number 6, instead of every day, what can you say to make it more formal? You can say on a daily basis. On a daily basis. For example, I read books every day, or I read books on a daily basis. Number 7, what can you say instead of now? You can say currently. Currently is an adverb that can be used instead of now. For example, now I'm working on a project. Currently, I'm working on a project. And number 8, instead of needs, say requirements. For example, you don't meet the needs to apply for this job, or you don't meet the requirements to apply for this job. And now, let's use the new alternatives we have learned to rewrite the story. Technology is able to facilitate every individual's life. You see how formal it became? There are numerous tech gadgets that we can utilize on a daily basis. Currently, almost everyone has a smartphone to meet their modern life requirements. Now, this is a formal text. And now, let's have a look at another text. Surveys show that about 23% of adults don't know how to use any tech gadgets. These people are called digitally illiterate people. To make digital literacy better in society, governments have started public workshops. So these people should go to the workshops to gain enough knowledge and skills. Now, this text again is semi-formal. It's not very informal. But let's try to make it more formal by substituting.
Remember, the formal English is the standard unpolished form of English. Use the academic, business, and similar contexts like communication from the government, for example, no? You use it for people in the higher position than you, yes? Esto lo vemos en personas que están en mejores posiciones que uno. Puede ser académicamente, de negocio, del gobierno, ¿sí? You use it for people higher position than you, like your teacher or your boss, or complete stranger, as well as academic or business writing, interview, and presentation. Otherwise, informal English is used in everyday conversation and writing communication in places like social media. You use it with family members, friends, and peers, people who are your social equals in casual setting. Yes. El inglés informal lo puedes utilizar en tus redes sociales, con los miembros de tu familia, con amistades, con personas que están en igualdad de jerarquía. Let's continue.
Some of its informal or not so formal words. Instead of about, you can say approximately. Approximately, which means not exactly. For example, the project will take about 3 weeks. The project will take approximately 3 weeks. Instead of called, say referred to as. For example, this city is called Little Paris. This city is referred to as Little Paris. Instead of make better, you can say promote. For example, the government wants to make digital literacy better in society. The government wants to promote digital literacy in society. Instead of start, you can say initiate. Initiate. For example, they have recently started a new campaign. They have recently initiated a new campaign. Instead of so, say therefore. For example, the company was going bankrupt, so they changed the manager. The company was going bankrupt, therefore they changed the manager. Instead of go to a workshop, you can say attend a workshop or take part in a workshop or participate in a workshop. 3 alternatives. For example, I'm going to a workshop this evening. I'm participating in a workshop this evening. I'm taking part in a workshop this evening. I'm attending a workshop this evening. And instead of enough, you can say sufficient or adequate. For example, the city doesn't have enough funds to make more roads. You can say the city doesn't have sufficient funds or adequate funds to make more roads.
Remember, the formal English and informal English differ in the tone and the usage of English. When do you use formal English and when do you use informal English? Knowing when to use or informal English depends on the context, audience, and purpose of communication. Here are some tips to help you navigate to appropriate usage of each variant. In informal English, usually, when we talk about the 2 kinds of English, it is in context or writing. Formal English is the language variant commonly employed in official, professional, and academic environments. It adheres to set the standardized rules, including proper grammar, precise vocabulary, and a professional tone. Its purpose is to convey information in a clear, concise, and objective manner. We use formal English in business, meeting, academic papers, official letters, and professional presentations.
And now it is time to use the new vocabulary we have learned in order to make the text more formal. But before that, if you want to receive free lesson summaries of this video and every other video when I post them on YouTube, what you need to do is to give me your email address. How? Go to my website, pocenglish.com. The link is in the description. Click on the link, go to my website, type in your email address, and click subscribe. You will receive the PDF files when I post a video on YouTube. And now, time to read the text. Surveys show that approximately 23% of adults don't know how to, instead of use, we could say utilize, remember? How to utilize any tech gadgets. These people are referred to as digitally illiterate people. To promote digital literacy in society, governments have initiated public workshops. Therefore, these people should attend the workshops, take part in the workshops, or participate in the workshops to gain sufficient knowledge or adequate knowledge and skills. And that's it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and click subscribe if you're new to my channel. See ya.
Great. Let's continue. 3 levels of formality in English. The 3 levels are formal, semi-formal, and informal language in English. Yes, the formal textbooks, official reports, academic articles, essays, business letters, contracts, official speech. Semi-formal, day-to-day interaction with colleagues and teachers, popular magazines, books, interview, when talking with someone in authority or who you respect. Informal, interacting with friends, speaking, or chatting online. Well, formal English. What is this? Formal English is a type of language commonly used in professional or academic setting. Characteristics. Formal English is associated with complex vocabulary, correct grammar, and precise sentence structure. Example, include legal documents, academic papers, and job emails. Benefit of using it correctly. Using formal English correctly can help establish credibility, professionalism, and clarity of thought. Yes. Vemos que el inglés formal es un tipo de lenguaje comúnmente usado en profesionales, académicos, gubernamentales. Sus características son asociadas en un vocabulario completo, correcta gramática y estructura de las oraciones precisas. Ejemplo, lo puedes ver en documentos legales, académicos, gubernamentales, en entrevistas de trabajo y, tiene muchos beneficios. Let's continue. Longer, more complex sentence, punctuation, proper grammar, and correct sentence structure are very important. A formal sentence you might see in academic journal. Research has shown that learning a second language, in addition to leading to expanded career or social opportunities, can also expand the reasoning capability of the brain, although this finding is disputed by some scientific. Lo vemos como un segundo idioma, en adición a que puede ser una carrera de oportunidades y la capacidad del cerebro de encontrar una disputa de términos correctos. A less formal way to express the same idea. Learning an old language can improve your career and social life. Some people also say it can make you smarter, but others disagree. Larger and less common words. A formal sentence you might see in an economic report. The economy is currently quite robust. Nevertheless, some specialists predict an imminent recession. A simple, less formal way to say the same thing. The economy is very strong right now, but some specialists say we'll have a recession soon. Lo vemos también en pronósticos económicos que deben utilizarse el lenguaje correcto y de manera formal. Some less formal words and their formal equivalents. Less formal and more formal. Help. Buy, need, get, next. Like help. Help, you can use assistance. Buy, purchase. Need, require. Get, you can use obtain. Next, later, subsequently. Also, moreover. Whole, entire. Enough, sufficient. Avoid phrasal verbs. evitar utilizar estas frases. The price went up, the price rose, increased. The client asked for a contract, the client requests a contract. The problem have come back, the problems have returned. We will cut down on spending, we will reduce spending. The price went up, the price rose, increased. The client asked for a contract, the client requests contract. The problem have come back, the problem have returned. We will cut down on spending, we will reduce spending. Avoid contraction. Hay que evitar también las contracciones en lenguaje formal en inglés. That's example. I'm your can, done, wasn't, it is. The shipment hasn't arrived. You have to say has not arrived. The shipment has not arrived. They are manufactured in China. They are manufactured in China. He's the director of marketing. You can use his. You can say, he is the director of marketing. We'd like to inform you. We would like to inform you. What about this? The company employs. This is okay to use in informal English because it is a possessive, not a contraction. It means the employees of the company. With possessive, you can use either's or of they, but try to avoid using of the multiple times in a single phrase. The terms of the client's contract. Note the terms of the contract of the client. Yes? Let's next. No idiom, slang, text, speak. Idiom. The software is piece of cake. Piece of cake. Yes, is informal form. The software is quite user-friendly. The software is extremely easy to use. Slang. $1 million in profit. $1 million is in profit. Yeah, not bucks, dollars. Text, speak. Text. And we look forward to meeting you. You can see the for and number 2, and finally you use only you for you. Yes? Thanks, and we look forward to meeting you. Aquí vemos que la gente cuando escribe o habla, thanks, escribe TKS, we look forward to, ¿sí? Entonces escriben un 4 y al final un 2 y últimamente escriben la U para referirse a you. Entonces esta es la manera informal que debe ser sustituida por la forma formal, pero de acuerdo a la audiencia o la situación en la que se encuentre el que habla. Also avoid short words. The info was incomplete. Info está recortado. Tenemos que decir the information was incomplete. Yes. No info. Informations. Yes. The results have arrived from the lab. The results have arrived from the lab. Don't use lab. It's laboratory. The results have arrived from the laboratory. Fruits and veggies. Veggies. It's not veggies, it's vegetables. Fruits and vegetables. Okay, continue. Well, now we hear this explanation about the formal and semi-formal and informal in English.
Earlier this year at The name suggests it tells you just about everything. Letters to the one of the chapters naturally concerned, meaning whether your letter should be formal or informal. And that's what I want to know. As usual, this video will be chapters, which you can navigate through the chapters. You can also turn on the subtitles to each one. Okay, let's start. Today we're going to learn about formality and language. You may wonder what this means and why it is important. After all, English is different from language. Different forms. However, there are some differences. Although they are not as important as they were, say, it is important to correct form. As such, you will be judged on your use. Here is a brief overview of some differences. To put it simply, formal language business or dealing with people who when you want to be polite and respectful, you should use formal language. Is that what you use for everyday situations? People you know well, such as friends and family. Use common language that might be viewed as a little offensive, spoken to the wrong. Well, there's one more. Semi-formal. This is harder to define, but it is basically language that falls in between formal with some degree of overlap. This diagram shows us that there is very informal language that we may use with a best friend and slightly informal language forward. Likewise, there's extremely formal language and quite informal. As for semi-formal, it may feature some elements of both. Let's look in detail at each of these. When you write essays for IELTS, always use formal language. For the latter portion of the general test, you need to choose between formal and informal. This will essentially require deciding whether or not you know this person and whether they are in a position to respect. If you're writing a letter to someone you do not know or dealing with a serious or sensitive topic, then you should use formal language. Some examples are letters of complaint, serious work matters like or dealing with government issues or issues. There may be others, and typically these will involve writing to a person simply referred to write formal. You should use accurate vocabulary to provide precise meaning and does not require too much of it. It's best to avoid slang, colloquialism, and other such forms. But you must use grammar in a conventional sense. A lot of IELTS students think that we must use ridiculously difficult vocabulary. This is not true. Formal vocabulary does tend to be a little more advanced and complicated. It's not the same as looking up in school. As for grammar, you should aim to use proper grammar. Don't think that you must use the most complicated structure possible. Yes, long sentences are a feature of academics. You do not need to do this. Just being accurate with that. It is also important to consider the use of nouns, which can take the harsh edge off of otherwise overtly direct language. Instead of saying can you, we should write could. Instead of saying I need or I want you to, we should say I would greatly appreciate it if you could. These examples show that formal language is not exactly the same as academic language. It requires consideration from one helpful idea for preparing to that formal language. Here are a few that we might find useful. In terms of structure, you are not required to produce a full lecture, but rather to begin and end with the reading of something. You do not need to put a date or address at the top, and you do not need to add a signature at the bottom, as you would in a meeting. Instead, you're writing a response to the prompt of the question. feel you should adhere to the basic structure of a lecture. This is the important part. The opposite of formal language is informal. This is perhaps less common in Ireland, but there are still many letters that require this sort of approach. It is not difficult to recognize the type of letter that requires informal language because these are almost always it's extremely unlikely to reduce such casual language with other people, and so you can confine it to private lists. We've mentioned friends. Here are some examples. It's possible that you could use informal language for co-workers, very well. Anything related to work typically falls into
Usually, when we talk about the two kinds of English, it is the context of writing. Formal English, it is the language variant commonly employed in official, professional, and academic environments. It is addressed to set and standardized rules, including proper grammar, precise vocabulary, and a professional tone. Its purpose is to convey information in a clear, concise, and objective manner. We use formal English in business meetings, academic papers, official letters, and professional presentation. Remember the characteristic of formal English. We can see formal English vocabulary, avoid slang, colloquialism, and regional dialects. It prioritizes precise terminology to ensure clarity and precision of meaning. We appreciate your prompt response to our inquiry versus thanks for getting back to us quickly. Yes? Standard English grammar and syntax. Formal English adheres to establish grammatical rules, emphasize complete sentence, and consistent verb tense. Passive voice and third person pronouns are often preferred for objective. Example, the report was compiled by our teams versus our teams put together the report. Continue.
Please informal language. It simply refers to normal daily English. It's casual and often involves slang, idioms, broken grammar. The sort of common grammatical errors that native speakers make I call the lazy grammar. We should aim to use proper grammar now. There are some cases where lazy grammar is acceptable, and this is true of lectures. For example, hope you're doing fine. Here we've missed out something. This is a massive error in formal sense. It is, in very formal language, it is acceptable. However, you cannot just drop any subject. It is only appropriate if the subject is hope. We do this in informal writing with the same I repeatedly. It's strange. The verb hope is perhaps the most common example. Our I say I. Hope you're having a great time. Hope your family is doing well. It is worth noting that there are various levels of informal. Here is another example sentence. Hope. We could make it even more informal by do that. This is now extremely informal. This is suitable for like very close friends. Some people may even argue that it is too informal to have that word. However, this sort of language is perfectly normal. One thing I will add here is to be very careful when you try to avoid the lazy strand of slang. For example, words and phrases or words on the internet, TV, it's possible your example may not know these and might take them to be errors. Similarly, avoid swearing as this could be the form that would be informal generally be very similar to that of formal one, except because of the nature of it might be a little looser. By this I mean the paragraph used may be shorter and may not have it is important to have some sort of adhere to the basic. Otherwise, your examiner may not be able to accurately whether ideas. As such, lighter ideas flow logically from one to the next, but without a sort of rigid formal. For example, a formal lecture might say something like, I'm writing to inform you of a major change in the or I describe this change and introduce background information. First of all, examining the progress of. In a more informal context, we might instead say, just like change, what happened is that we're looking at blah, blah, blah. There are various changes here in terms of language, but let's focus on the transitions. Formal writing begins with the conventional structure, writing to inform, whilst the informal one is much briefer and foregoes the usual feature. Indeed, the whole second sentence would probably be omitted in the formal. Guiding language is not really necessary. As for phrases like first of all, these are probably going to be unnecessary unless we need to express something complicated. In addition, we can modify the greetings and signals. Rather than saying so-and-so, we can say hello or hi. Instead of using a person's full name or title, we can switch to a first name. For signing off, we can avoid yours sincerely and use something more casual like thanks, cheers, talk later, or even hi. Again, there are a range of possibilities. If you want to read lots of sample language for both formal and informal contexts, you can find them in my book. In its simplest terms, semi-formal Latin is one in between formal and informal Latin. There really is no precise definition of semi-formal, except that it is that which is neither informal nor formal. As such, it is best to think in terms of examples to fully understand what semi-formal is. There are broadly two such situations. Writing to a person with whom you have a professional relationship. Host, such as a manager, colleague, who writing to a person who has a personal relationship, provided by the difficult or important situation, meaning something bad. Here are two examples. There could be other examples of when semi-formal language is required, so think carefully about the precise nature of the situation. It is impossible to clearly define semi-formal language, except to say that it is registered. There are no words or phrases that you could call semi-formal because there is always some overlap. Informal. And it is useful to look at vocabulary rather than letters. Here are some phrases that are called letters with variants with form and forms. As you can see, there is some overlap in these words. And of course, as semi-formal and formal phrases, a range of letter types, there are various possibilities. You can see that, for example, a semi-formal letter first name, title, and surname. Clearly, it would be appropriate to refer to a friend, Smith, but equally it might be inappropriate to refer to Boston, Susan. For these reasons, that helps you to learn the difference between formal, semi-formal, and informal. You should also keep in mind that not all language individual categories will have.
Remember, the formal English avoids slang, colloquialism, and relation dialectics. The tone and style in professional English. Usually, formal English maintains a serious and professional tone, avoiding emotional expression, humor, or slang. It focuses in objectivity and clarity of communication. We regret to inform that That your application has been declined. It's a formal. Sorry, but we can't accept your application. It's an informal. Remember, don't use emotion, expression, humor. Yes, don't use that when you talk in formal expression, right? You can use that when you are with your friend and meeting and you are chatting. Puedes usarlo cuando no estás utilizándolo en las formalidades. Tratar de no utilizar expresiones de humor, emociones, ¿sí? O la jerga que decimos, o un tono de voz un poco profesional. Allí es que debemos evitar utilizar estas palabras cuando hablamos de manera formal, dependiendo de la situación.
As for formats, a semi-formal lecture will basically be the same as any other. Fundamentally, all aspects of general. These will differ massively from lecture to lecture, but this relates to the purpose rather than the point. For example, a lecture to a friend might include a short personal note and then a friendly message at the end. Whereas a business lecture might reiterate the main point, make a statement along the line. I hope to hear that from you. However, there is nothing specific. Picking the right tone for your lecture requires a few things. First of all, you must read and interpret carefully the person to whom you are writing and the nature of the lecture. How next, you need to think about language, and that requires a knowledge of what is formal and informal. You also need to think about structure, and this entails how we introduce, link, and end our lecture. If you want a complete guide to IELTS lectures, you can grab a copy of my book. You can also search for more information on our website by entering the map. There's plenty there that will help you to get a better score on your lecture.
Well, let's continue. Great. Now, semi-informal, for semi-formal English, yes? We see here example, characteristics, and tips. Examples. Semi-formal language combines some elements of formal and informal English. It's used in everyday conversation and interaction that require a degree of politeness without being too formal or too casual. Examples include talking to colleagues, clients, and acquaintances. Characteristics include contraction, may use colloquialism and slang, may use first and second person pronouns, is relaxed but professional. Tips: match language to the context, remain respectful while staying comfortable, avoid using technical words. Phrasal verbs and contraction is okay when you use informal, semi-informal in English, the language. Could you look over this report? Look over, review, and check for errors. She came up with a great idea. Came up with, created, invent, thought of. I'm available on Friday morning. The directors weren't happy. You can see we use a contraction. I'm available on Friday morning. Am. Because it's informal, semi-informal, you use am. Informal, when it's formal, you use I am available on Friday morning. The director were not happy is formal. But in this case, it's informal. We use the directors weren't, no, were not happy. Yes? Let's continue. Some idioms are okay, but avoid slang and speak. Yes. This project is on the back burner. On the back burner, not a priority at the moment. We're operating in the red. In the red. No money, negative cash flow. Semi-formal, inviting your boss. Would you like to join me for lunch? Semi-formal. But informal is, hey, wanna grab by that to eat? Is some colloquial, right? Invited your best friend. Right. Semi-formal. Hello, how are you? And informal, you can say, hey, what's up? It's informal. Hey, what's up? In semi-formal, hello, how are you? Semi-formal, the conference was great. Informal, it was awesome. It was the bomb. Is informal. Yes? The semi-formal, you can say, the conference was great. La conferencia estuvo buena. Informal, eso estuvo de lujo. Eso era una bomba. La conferencia. Yes? Let's continue. Use polite English. To learn phrasal verbs, take the phrasal verbs in conversation course. Say, I like, ins of, I want. When making requests, use could you and please. Don't use give commands. Say, could you please call me later? And not just call me later. Call me later. Llámame tarde. Llámame después. Acá siendo más cortés, más amable. Could you please call me later? ¿Podrías tú llamarme más tarde? No como manera informal que se dice, llámame más tarde. Another part of polite English is making criticism and negative comment in an indirect way. You are wrong. I'm afraid you are mistaken. I disagree. I'm of a different opinion. I see it differently. This is terrible work. This could be improved. I don't like it. I don't really care for it. It's not my cup of tea. I prefer. It's informal. Yes? And negative comments. Es manera informal y comentarios un poco negativos. Now we hear this video about the formal and informal words.
Informal versus formal words. Ask. Inquire.
Informal, ask, inquire, ask for. Informal, request. You can say request.
Book. Reserve. Check. Verify. Get. Receive. Help. Assist. Need. Request.
Request to, again.
Deal with. handle, tell, inform,
inform, tell,
wait for, await, fight, combat, use, consume, go, depart, say sorry, apologize, start, commence, end, terminate, try, endeavor, tough, difficult, explain, elucidate, set out, display, throw out, eject, old, elderly, say, express, afraid, fearful, in the end, finally, but, however, wrong, incorrect, go up, increase, at first, initially, mad, insane, lucky, fortunate, smart, intelligent, small, diminutive, cheap, inexpensive, right, correct, a bit, a little, away, absent, let, allow, seem, appear, climb, ascend, beat up, assault, eager, avid, call off, cancel, stop, cease, big or large, enormous, help, aid or assist. Friendly, amiable. Expect, anticipate. Fall out. Quarrel. Speed up. Accelerate. Okay. Acceptable.
Remember, the formal and informal language serve different purpose in writing communication depending on the reader, audience, and reason for writing, purpose, the tone, the choice of word, and the way the words are put together vary between the two different styles. While formal language is less personal than informal language, it is used when writing the professional or academic purpose, like graduate school, assignment, formal language. Does not use colloquialism, contractions of first person pronouns such as I or we, yes? While informal language is more casual and spontaneous. It is used when communicated with friends or family, either in writing or in a conversation. It is used when writing personal email, text, message, and in some business correspondence. The tone of informal language is more personal than formal language. I want to show you some example contraction informal. The improvement can't be made due to budget cuts. Yes, and the formal improvement cannot be made due to budget restriction. In phrasal verbs, the balloon was blown up for the experiment. The balloon was inflated for the experiment. Now, slang or colloquialism. Professors still count on students to use correct grammar and punctuation in essays. And the informal, professors expect students to use correct grammar and punctuation in essays. Yes, let's continue.
Dare. Challenge. Kids. Children. Settle for. Choose. Round. Circular. Pick up. Collect. Think of. Conceive. Link up. Connect. Think about. Consider. Build. Construct. Refer to. Consult. Hurt. Damage. Go down. Decrease. Set down. Deposit. Want. Desire. Lack. Deficiency. show, demonstrate, brave, courageous, informal, formal, pin down, determine, throw away, discard, make out, discern, talk about, discuss, give out, distribute, give, donate, remove, eliminate, imagine, envisage, break out, erupt, get out, escape, avoid, evade, go through, examine, make up, fabricate, ease, facilitate, come after, follow, test, experiment, break up, disintegrate, sick, ill, ask out, invite, go away, leave, free, liberate, deal with, manage, bad, negative, see, perceive, happy, pleased, give up, quit, older, senior to, use, utilize, empty, vacant, enough, sufficient, end, terminate, at once, immediately, look into, investigate, chance, opportunity, rich, wealthy, mend, repair, idea, notion, see, observe, leave out, omit, go against, oppose, maybe, perhaps, give, provide, give, supply, say no, reject, free, release, look for, seek, choose, select, buy, purchase, mainly, principally, hungry, famished, childish, immature, get by, survive, so, therefore, put up with, tolerate, sight, vision, young, youthful, get, obtain, need, require, pay back, repay, live, reside, point out, indicate, find out, obtain,
Well, in this case, we replace rich por wealthy, que si es rico, debemos decir saludable. Man, repair, idea, notion. Tengo la idea, la noción. I see, en vez de decir veo, yo observo. Leave out, omit. Go against, estar en contra, estar opuesto. Decir so, therefore, put up with. Okay. Remember, the first person and pronoun consider various research methods for the study. Various research methods were considered for the study. During the interview, we asked the applicant for a personal reference. During the interview, applicants were asked to provide personal and reference. Okay, remember, informal English is used in professional, academic, or official setting. It is characterized by the adherence to grammatical rules, precise vocabulary, and structured tone. Formal language is commonly employed in professional correspondence. Recuerden que El inglés formal es usado más que todo por profesionales, académicos, temas oficiales, y se caracteriza por seguir las reglas gramaticales, un vocabulario preciso y un tono estructurado, un lenguaje comúnmente empleado por profesionales. También se usa en papeles académicos, comunicación de negocios. Es un tono serio que demuestra respeto a la audiencia, ¿sí? Some key characteristics include complete sentence and proper grammar, advanced vocabulary and longer words, lack of slang, idioms, contractions, objective and precise language, third person perspective rather than first person. For example, in a formal email to a potential employer, one would use phrases like "Dear Mrs. Smith," and "Sincerely yours," maintaining a respectful and professional tone. In academic writing, phrases like "furthermore," "in addition," and "moreover" are commonly used to link ideas and provide logical transition between points. Yes. Similar in legal documents, in economic documents too. Formal language is crucial for precision and clarity. Terms like herrenfeder, notwithstanding, and heretofore are used to establish legal relationship and define specific right and obligation. Now we hear the next video.
Hello, this is teacher Sarah. Welcome to our new lesson. Whenever we meet friends, we are obliged to exchange greetings with them. In this video, we are going to learn how to use formal and informal form of English in such kind of instances. Now read each pair of sentences. Take note of the differences between long or formal expressions and short or informal expressions. What did you notice in using formal and informal English in writing sentences? When should we use formal and informal English? How are you going to use formal and informal English? Now read the sentences in the table. Notice that formal English is signaled by complex and complete sentence. It avoids slang vocabulary and written in long form. So in the formal English, we say, "May I introduce you to my teacher?" While in the informal English, we'll just say, "Please meet my teacher." In the formal English, we say, "It was nice meeting you." While in the informal English, we'll just say, "Nice meeting you." Now, when are we going to use formal English? Informal English is used during business meetings, while giving public announcements, or while presenting a report or delivering a speech. Now, what about informal English? Informal English is characterized by simpler grammatical structures, personal expression, and slang vocabulary. In using informal English, combining words will require knowledge of contractions. So, in informal English, words are being combined or contracted. So, for example, if in the formal English we say, I would like to join you this Saturday. In the informal English, instead of saying I would, we'll just say I'd like to join you this Saturday. In the formal English, we say, was that not exciting? In the informal English, we say, instead of saying was not, we say, wasn't that exciting? See the difference? So always remember that in the informal English, words are being combined or contracted. Now, when do we use informal English? We use informal English when we are around people we know. We use informal English when you are around people you know. You use informal English to the ones that you are close to, such as friends or persons you regularly speak with. So you do not use informal English to new acquaintances, to people whom you just met. Instead, we use formal English when we are talking to people whom we just met, when we are talking to new acquaintances. All right. Read these expressions and tell whether it is formal or informal. Okay, for number one, do you understand what to do? Is this formal or informal? That's right, this is formal. Number two, anybody in here? Formal or informal? That's informal. Number three, I would like to have a hamburger and a soda. Is this formal or informal? That's right. This is formal.
In this case, is useful because do you understand what to do is formal. Anybody here is informal. I would like to have a hamburger and soda. Formal. I am afraid I will not be able to attend. Is formal or informal? It's formal. Why? Because it has not contraction. Yes? Let's hear. Escuchemos.
Number four.
Four.
I am afraid I will not be able to attend. Is this formal or informal?
Is formal.
That's right. This is formal.
Number five.
Sorry.
I can make it. Is formal or informal? The answer is informal. Yes. Why? Because use can't. Should use cannot. I cannot make it. Yes. Sorry, I cannot make it. Yes. You can say or informal, the form formal. I can. You use I can not. But that reason is informal.
Formal or informal? That's right.
Informal.
It is informal.
Number six.
Number six. I would be grateful if you could reply early.
Number six. I would be grateful if you could reply early. In this case, the answer is formal. Formal. Why? Because we use would. Don't use contraction. Yes. Porque estamos utilizando el would sin hacer una contracción. ¿Sí? Entonces lo estamos llevando de una manera formal, no informal. ¿Sí? Por tal razón, la 6 debe ser formal. Miren la 7. Nice to meet you. See ya. Debería decir I see you. ¿Sí? Por tal razón, la siguiente, la 7, debería ser informal. Escuchemos.
Is this formal or informal? That's right, this is formal. Number 7, nice to meet you. See ya. Is this formal or informal? That's right, this is informal. Number 8, please let me know when you will be available. Is this formal or informal? That's right, this
Is
is
formal.
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 Number 9,
Number 9.
I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon. Is formal or informal? Of course, it's informal because it should be I will see you soon. I will see you soon. Is a formal form. Yes. But in this case is I'll see you soon. By that reason is informal. Informal. Here.
Is this formal or informal? You're right again. This is informal.
Yes. Number 10. Number 10. Don't forget to call me. Is formal or no or informal? Of course, it's informal too. Why? Because use contraction. Don't do not forget to call me, right? When you use contraction, the sentence is informal. Informal. Yes? Let's hear.
Don't forget to call me. Is this formal or informal?
It's informal.
You're right again. This is
It's
informal.
informal. Great. Now
always remember that formal English is signaled by complex and complete sentences. It avoids slang vocabulary and is written in long form. Formal English is used during business meetings, while giving public announcements, or while presenting a report or delivering a speech. While informal English is characterized by simpler grammatical structures, personal expression, and slang vocabulary. In using informal English, combining words will require knowledge of contractions. And informal English is used when you are around people you know, ones that you are close to, such as friends or people you regularly speak with. Now that would be all for today. English is used when you...
remember, when we talk in formal English, it's signaled by complex and complete sentence. Yes, it avoids slang, vocabulary, and writing in long form. It's used during business meeting, while giving public announcement, or while presenting a report or delivering a speech. Informal English. It is characterized by simpler grammatical structure, personal expression, and slang vocabulary. In using informal, combining words will require knowledge of contraction. To use when you are around people you know, ones that you are close to, such as friends or person you regularly speak with. Yes? Now continue. Informal English. Yes. Characteristics. Example and tips. Informal English is used in casual situation among friends, family, in informal setting. It is characterized by a familiar tones, colloquialism, and cultural reference, often Some rules of real grammar are disagreed and sentences can be shortened. Example include texting message, social media, update, blog, post, and conversation with close friends and family. Use contraction and slack. These are tips. Yes. Relax your grammar, adapt to the tone of the conversation. Shorter, simple sentence, perfect grammar is not important. Okay, so don't be so nervous about mistake when speaking. Have you finished your work yet? Finished your work yet? I'm really liking this book. Yes. Like your technical note be in the ing form here, but I don't think so. Yes, it's informal. Start this sentence with but, ending sentences. With preposition, using sentences fragment, these are all done in informal spoken English. Yes. Expression, exclamation. Yes. This is informal. Like, let me see. Hesitation. When you need a moment to think before speaking. Like example, I mean to clarify. You know, to check if the other person understands. ¿Sí? Significa, es como para aclarar. You know, es para revisar que la otra persona entendió. Gotcha. ¿A qué significa? Que ya lo tengo, ya lo entiendo. How come? Why? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. A sarcastic way to say, I don't believe you. Yes, dice, yeah, sí, yeah, right. Es una forma sarcástica de decir que no te creo. Yeah, right. Or say, I definitely agree with you. Wow. Refiere, es una forma informal de decir sorpresa. Wow, que algo está sorprendido. O de una manera informal cuando tú dices, oops, it's an accident. Jack, that's disgusting. Next. Well, phrasal verb slang and idioms are used very frequently. This is one reason that watching movies and TV shows in English is difficult, even if you have good vocabulary and grammar. You may not have learned the phrasal verbs, slang, and idioms in your textbooks. Phrasal verbs. I won't put up with this. Put up with tolerate. ¿Sí? No puedo tolerar esto. I won't put up with this. Put up. In idiom, could you give me a hand? Give me a hand, help me. ¿Podrías darme una mano? ¿Sí? Could you give me a hand? Es para una ayuda. Un slang. I aced the test. Got an excellent grades. ¿Sí? Ace es excellent grade. Es como que salió bien en el examen. I aced the test. Continue. Reduction when speaking involves semi-formal and informal English. Yes. He's gonna be angry. Gonna. Gonna significa going to. Voy a. Él va a estar enojado. He's gonna. I wanna learn how to ski. Yes. Yo quiero aprender a esquiar. I want to significa. Yes. I bought apple and grapes. I bought apple and grapes. ¿Sí? Significa y. Compré manzanas y uvas. We have to leave now. Have to. Significa have to. We have to. Nosotros estamos por salir ahora. We have to. Nosotros tenemos que salir ahora. Did ya. Did ya like the movie? Significa did you like the movie? ¿Te gustó la película? Did ya? Is a reduction when we speak in English, but it's in informal form, right? Es la forma informal de hablar en el idioma inglés. Bueno, vamos a escuchar un videíto del ópera que explica muy bien. Creo que también lo hace en español. No demora mucho.
Bienvenidos a clase.
Yes,
Qué bueno que
no
están
demora
acá
mucho.
con nosotros. Hoy tenemos una clase que me pidieron a través de los comentarios. Quiero contarles que yo leo todos los comentarios, así que si tienen alguna duda, alguna pregunta, escriban en los comentarios que con toda seguridad yo la voy a responder prontito. Hoy me preguntaron un tema muy interesante y era acerca de requests. ¿Cómo hacer formal and informal requests? Y es un tema absolutamente sencillo. Vamos a ir desde el más informal hasta el más formal. Es decir, cuando hablamos con alguien, con un amigo, alguien de confianza, ¿cómo le pedimos algo de manera informal? Pero si estamos en una reunión con gente muy importante, gente que merece cierto grado de respeto, ¿cómo les decimos o les preguntamos algo? ¿Listo? Chicos, recuerden, están todas las redes sociales disponibles para que nos sigan, para que nos riamos un poquito. En TikTok estoy montando cosas muy graciosas para que aprendamos inglés desde ese otro lado, desde ese viéndonos. En Instagram hay clases un poco más cortas, pero más efectivas, más al punto. Y pues Facebook también ahí estoy respondiendo todos sus mensajes. Vamos a arrancar de una vez entonces con nuestra presentación. Y es que nuestro tema de hoy es formal and informal requests. Formal and informal request. Ahora, lo primero que tenemos que hacer acá es indagar qué es un request. Si tú estás en esta clase y dices, pero Alejo, ¿qué es un request? Pues ya mismo te voy a decir de qué se trata esto. Un request is an act of asking politely or formally for something. Algo así como es un acto de pedir respetuosamente o formalmente algo. Listo, pero como les dije, hay grados de formalidad. Desde el más informal para cuando estés con tus amigos, con tu familia, tu pareja, hasta cuando estés con tu jefe, con alguien absolutamente importante de un rango superior al tuyo en una empresa, por ejemplo. Entonces vamos a mirar este cuadro que nos va a ilustrar un poco lo que necesitamos decir. Lo voy a poner por acá. Ahí está. Desde el menos formal hasta el más informal de todos. ¿Listo? Comencemos juntos. Comencemos a leer juntos, chicos. Desde el less formal, o sea, el más informal de todos, pues sería can I. Can I, de puedo. Can I borrow your car, please? ¿Puedo prestar o tomar prestado tu auto, por favor? Eso se lo decimos a, yo no le digo a un desconocido, excuse me, can I borrow your car, please? Porque claro, el desconocido me va a decir, ¿qué? Oigan a ¿este quién es? Entonces es muy importante que yo pueda decir algo como, can I borrow your car, please? ¿Listo? De ahí sigue otro muy formal también, que es otra opción que es could. Could. Recuerden que ese could no se pronuncia la L. O sea, no decimos cool, ni should, ni would. ¿Ok?
Se elimina la
Sino que
L.
decimos
Should, could.
Could,
Como
should,
caminar,
podría,
walk.
would.
No se dice
¿Ok?
walk.
Entonces, could you open the door, please? Tal vez a esta persona sí no es amigo nuestro, no es conocido nuestro, pero le vamos a pedir el favor. Could you open the door, please? Could you open the door? Puede que no sea alguien que conozca, no necesito ser extremadamente formal, pero les estoy pidiendo de una buena manera. Could you open the door? Please, pónganme en los comentarios si tienen más ejemplos, chicos. ¿Ok? Could you open the door?
Well,
¿Qué sigue?
now continue.
Desde lo más informal hasta lo formal sería, is it okay if...
Well,
I have heard that the more
Well, remember the reading 1 and reading 2 reference material. Video 1, video 2, right? Remember, what is informal English? In contrast, informal English is used in casual, spontaneous, and friendly conversation. It has more relaxed conversation tone. Informal language often includes colloquial expression or slang. It fosters a sense of familiarity and closeness between individuals. Some informal English features include incomplete sentence and fragment phrases, simplified grammar and structure, slang, idioms, phrases, phrasal verbs, contraction. Remember, we use contraction like isn't, don't, haven't, they are, could, would. Yes, first and second person perspective, opinion rather than fact, repetition of word or phrases for emphasis among friends, and might say, hey, what's up? Instead of the more formal, how are you? In formal English, we would say the research methodology requires modification in order to achieve for more accurate result. In informal English, we would say we gotta change how we are doing the research to get better results. Remember, if we want to use a formal English, the level of formality used depends greatly on the situation, audience, and purpose of communication. Using formal language conveys professionalism, respect, and serious. Formal English is most appropriate, ¿sí? Recuerden que cuando van a usar el idioma, el inglés, tienen que subir el nivel de formalidad y va a depender mucho de la situación de la audiencia, el propósito, la comunicación. Tienen que manejarse con profesionalismo, con respeto, con seriedad, ¿sí? Es muy importante que se utilice todos estos aspectos. Pero cuando usamos la forma informal del inglés, la interacción es más casual, hay más camaradería entre las personas, permite más espontaneidad, una autenticidad en la comunicación, crea una atmósfera más relajada. Por ejemplo, during a lunch break we collect, one might say, let's grab a bite to eat, using informal language to suggest casual outing. Yes. Recuerden entonces, the reference material, deben leer en the platform. You can read the reading 1 and reading 2 we have in the platform, the video 1 and video number 2. We have activity calendar, formative and summative activities. Yes, complete all the assignment included in this model. This is the final curriculum, unit 5, and this is the week number 8. Please complete all the activities in this platform. Remember, the forum in activities 5%, the write is 8%, the test is 7%. Yes? Well, that's it, is all. Remember, this class is using the formal and informal English. Remember, you can use the word, the formal, if you go to the beach. No puedes usar ropa formal para ir a la playa, un vestido elegante, ¿verdad? Entonces, cada lenguaje es utilizado de acuerdo a la situación. Si vas a una entrevista de trabajo, debes utilizar un lenguaje apropiado, ¿sí? Si vas a referirte a los profesores académicos, también. También si vas a una reunión de negocio, debe ser más apropiado. Ya informalmente se utiliza un lenguaje más ameno cuando estás en reuniones con tus amistades, reuniones familiares, ¿sí? O con amigos que incluso cuando usas el chat de mensajes en los celulares, ¿sí? Remember that. And that is all. Thank you and good night. Gracias por todo y nos despedimos por el momento y le damos paso entonces a la moderadora. Gracias.
Ok, profe, dándole las gracias por la sesión del día de hoy, recordándole en esta grabación a los chicos que a partir de hoy tienen 7 días hábiles para entregar lo que son las asignaciones de la materia. Después de estos 7 días las plataformas se cierran. También recordarles el llenado de la autovaloración estudiantil, son 5% de la materia que ayuda a subir la nota y hacerla lo más pronto posible. Y bueno, y sin más que agregar, pues, profe, deseándole una excelente noche, excelente fin de semana y nos vemos en otra ocasión.
Muchas gracias. Saludos.